Hello everyone, myself Rajiv Gupta. I am taking a lecture series on high performance liquid chromatography HPLC. In this instrument, uh, various parts which are required. The first part is solvent delivery system, in which we see solvent reservoirs, degassers and pumps. So in the previous lecture I explained about solvent reservoir system, degasser and a pump, a type of pump, some properties and requirements I also discussed in a previous lecture. Then two types of pumps, as I said, the screw driven syringe type pump and reciprocating pump. So reciprocating pump, it was discussed advantage and disadvantage of this reciprocating pump, its schematic diagram, and I started the second pump, that was displacement pump or syringe type pump. In displacement pumps, these usually consist a large syringe like chambers. These syringe like chambers generally contain almost 250 ml volume. So compared to reciprocating pump, here the syringe or cylinder contains a very high amount or high capacity of solvent carrying. These chambers are equipped with a plunger activated by a screw driven mechanism powered by a stepping motor. So using this electrical stepping motor, the screw which is attached to this stepping motor work as we can say a needle, of that syringe. This rotatory motion of motor provides continuous movement of the mobile phase, which is propelled by the revolving screw at greater speed and pushes solvent through small needle like outlet. So this small lumen is present inside this screw, and when this mobile phase is pushed using this plunger, then the mobile phase will be passes through this screw which contains a small diameter lumen inside it. So actually here this screw work as a needle. Inside this very small capillary sized lumen is present. These type of displacement pumps are most suitable for small bore columns, because these pumps deliver only a finite volume of mobile phase. So what are the small bore columns? That columns which contain very small diameter. So very small diameter, 2 mm or 3 mm diameter, that are the small bore columns. So for that type of analytical columns, very low amount of mobile phase or solvent is required to elute our sample components. So here actually this type of column requires very small amount of volume. So these type of pumps which contain a specific fixed amount of mobile phase, it is suitable for this type of columns, because these small bore columns consumes very low amount of mobile phase. So once the syringe type pump is completely filled with mobile phase, then it may be used for many samples without refilling of this syringe type pump cylinder or chamber. Displacement pumps also produce a flow that tends to be independent of viscosity and back pressure. So this is also an advantage of displacement pump. Here the flow rate of mobile phase is independent on the viscosity of mobile phase or solvent and the back pressure. In addition, the output is pulse free, as we have seen this pulsed output in case of reciprocating pump, where the cylinder fills empty alternatively. So in that process there was the applied pressure or the flow rate will be pulsed, but in case of displacement pump, this is a pulse free pump, so here the pressure remains constant. Disadvantages include limited solvent capacity, so it is the only one disadvantage of this pump, where the solvent capacity is limited. When the pump is empty, completely empty, then we have to refill this pump first by using a specific assembly, and after that we can again start our experiments or our instrument. And considerable inconvenience when solvents must be changed. So during analysis or during any one experiment, we cannot change our solvent composition. So this type of pump is useless for that type of chromatographic experiments where we use gradient elution, because in gradient elution we have to change the composition of solvent mixture or our mobile phase during experiment, but in this case we cannot change this composition, but this composition was easily changeable in case of reciprocating pump. So this is the block diagram of displacement pump or syringe type pump. We can see here a mobile phase reservoir, or we can say it is a cylinder or a chamber. In this chamber, first of all, the specific composition mobile phase or fixed composition mobile phase will be filled using a fast refill motor. So using this refill motor, the mobile phase or the solvent will be filled in this chamber. So we can see here that this is a screw type assembly. Inside this assembly, a very small lumen with a very thin diameter is present. So in the presence of this lumen, the liquid can go or pass through this lumen to this chamber or mobile phase reservoir. So this fast refill motor fills or refills the solvent inside this chamber. During this filling process, this screw driven containing plunger, this screw driven, we can say a type of piston, will move from this side to this side, means from this cylinder side to outside side, means during this refilling process the volume of the mobile phase reservoir will be increased. When the chamber is completely filled, then here the assembly is set like that this lumen will be closed, so the solvent could not go to back side to this refill motor side. Now the second time the work starts for piston driver motor. So this piston driver motor actually rotates this screw or this screw driven piston inside the cylinder. So during this process, at this filled mobile phase, inside the mobile phase reservoir feels high pressure. So this piston driver motor actually rotates this screw, and this screw goes, and this piston goes to inside this cylinder and increases the pressure inside this cylinder or mobile phase reservoir. So what happens that we can see here that this lumen will be now connected to this assembly which is going to column, this plumbing system which is going to column. So when pressure will be increased on this side, then this filled mobile phase will travel from this lumen inside this screw to the column. Okay, so this is a displacement pump because the whole the mobile phase is displaced from this cylinder to the column in a single step, in a single stroke. We can say a single stroke that is that is applied by a piston driving motor. Okay, so this screw, what is the rotating speed of this screw, that defines the pressure applied on this mobile phase. So here we can see this is very simple assembly, how we refill this chamber and how we passes this mobile phase through this screw to the column. So according to this piston driving motor speed, we can define the, or we can control the rotating speed of this screw driving piston. If it moves faster, then it will go much faster compared to now we can also draw another block diagram of this displacement type pump or syringe type pump. So why we say it is a syringe type pump, because see this system, this small system, this small part here, it work as a syringe which contains a needle and a cylinder or a reservoir. So this is a reservoir and this is the needle. Actually we can see that this screw which contains a lumen inside it, it work as a needle. So generally we see the in syringes the needle is present at this side, at outside side, but actually this needle is itself arranged in this piston or in this plunger. So it is called as a syringe type pump. This is another block diagram which we can draw for this syringe type pump description, where we can see that here the solvent or mobile phase is coming from the reservoir. This is the solvent chamber, or we can say a cylinder, solvent chamber, and this is the screw driven piston which is directly attached to a motor and gearbox. When this screw driven motor reverses this movement of piston outside from the cylinder, then the solvent chamber fills with this mobile phase. So at that time this valve will be open and this valve will be closed. When this completely filled with this solvent, then after that, during our experiment, when we start our experiment, then this motor rotates in opposite side, and this piston moves from this away side to this cylinder side, and the pressure on this liquid increases, and at that time this valve will be opened and the solution at the solvent mixture goes to the column. So this is a simple arrangement of displacement pump. Observe this displacement pump, you can see that uh, it just look like as a reciprocating pump, but it is not a reciprocating pump, because here the volume of this chamber is much higher compared to reciprocating pump. In reciprocating pump, the volume was almost 35 microliter to 400 microliter, but here the volume of this solvent chamber is almost 250 ml, 250 ml, which is much higher than uh, that present in reciprocating pump. So in this process, this whole liquid will be pushed very slowly. This piston will move very slowly, and this whole solvent will be provided to the column. And we can do many samples using a single refill. We can analyze many samples, many number of samples using a single refill of this solvent chamber in this displacement pump. So here this solvent which is filled in this solvent chamber will be displaced from this side to the column. So this is a displacement type pump or syringe type pump. Here we can also observe a syringe type mechanism where we are pushing this screw driven piston inside this cylinder or inside this chamber, and this solvent is just like moving like a syringe needle, this syringe needle to the column. Now the third one is pneumatic pump. These pneumatic pumps are generally not used nowadays in HPLC instruments, but in the history part these pumps were useful in these chromatography experiments when these new type of pumps were not discovered. So this is a constant pressure pump. Okay, the pneumatic pump is a constant pressure pump consisting of some form of pneumatic device for the direct pressurizing of the mobile phase with a gas, give a reliable pulse free flow, and have the advantage of low cost and simplicity. So this pneumatic pump is the very low cost or cost effective and simple pump where we apply a pressure with a pressurized gas over a piston, and this piston pushes or apply pressure over the mobile phase. So this is a constant pressure pump, and it actually works similarly to that displacement pump. So it is also a pulse free pump which provides a constant flow and constant pressure. They are however not as accurate as constant volume pumps, but can be used where flow accuracy and reproducibility are less critical. Means in that type of chromatographic HPLC instruments where the flow rate accuracy is not that critical and reproducible, means reproducibility and accuracy is not required for the constant flow rate. So for that type of samples or for that type of HPLC instrumentation we can apply these type of pneumatic pumps. These are also called as gas displacement pump. It is another name of this pneumatic pump. So it is the block diagram of pneumatic pump. So what we can see here, chamber we can observe here the solvent is coming from the solvent reservoir, and this is actually we can say it is an inlet, and this is outlet. From this outlet the mobile phase goes to the column or goes to the sample injection port. Here this is a non-return valve, it is also a non-return valve. So during refilling of this chamber, so actually this is a displacement pump, a type of displacement pump where we just applying a pressure over piston through a gas, through a pressurized gas. Just this is a difference between pneumatic and displacement pumps or syringe like pumps. So During refilling, this piston goes from downside to top side and the top side volume decreases and this bottom side volume increases. At this time, during refilling, the air passes from this side to inside, outside to inside, and from top side the air moves inside to outside. Means what we are seeing here, that here the high pressure will be applied over gas, but here somewhat low pressure or somewhat vacuum will be applied in this portion. So this pump will move from down to top side and the volume of this chamber increases, and due to this increment this valve opens and this valve closes. So during that time the solvent will move from solvent reservoir to this chamber and refill this chamber. After that, when the chamber is completely refilled, the pressure of these the pressure on these airs or on these gases will be reversed. Means here the pressure will be increased, but at this second the pressure will be decreased. So what will happen, due to this increased pressure this piston moves from top to downside, means from to chamber side, and here obviously we are seeing a temperature pressure decrease. So due to that this piston moves to this chamber side and the pressure over mobile phase inside the chamber increases. At this time this non-retail valve will be closed and this non-retail valve will be open. So this pressurized mobile phase will move from this chamber to the sample valve or to the column. So this is a pneumatic pump. So some more descriptions are shown for these pumps. This pneumatic pump gives a pulse free flow during its displacement stroke. The displacement stroke when the pressure will increase on this chamber. It is a pulse free because during displacement stroke a constant pressure is applied and no pressure change will be observed during this displacement. This can be refilled rapidly and can deliver solvent at high flow rates. The flow rates can be controlled by changing the pressure of the gas. Pressure from an external source is supplied to a large surface area gas piston attached to a smaller surface area hydraulic piston. So here the piston is a specific type piston where the gas apply high pressure over this large area piston, and this large area piston is attached to a small area piston which is inserted into this cylinder. So here this small cylinder work as a hydraulic piston which has a smaller surface area. Thus the applied pressure is amplified and a column pressure of 5000 lbf per square inch can easily be obtained with a 100 lbf per square inch gas supply. Means by applying this gas pressure 100 psi pounds per square inch, we can get almost 5000 lbf per square inch pressure in the column. So by applying this, why this happens, because this gas is in direct contact with a large surface area piston, but the cylinder or the mobile phase chamber has a small surface area hydraulic piston. So this type of arrangement gives these high pressure over the column. The gas pressure is released at the end of the delivery stroke and the solvent vessel refills by the action of gas pressure or a spring. These things I explained earlier. check valves between the solvent chamber and the solvent reservoir and between the solvent chamber and the column prevent backflow during refilling. So these are the check valves. These two check valves are non-return valves. So in this solvent movement, the backflow during refilling will not happen. The delivered flow from a constant pressure pump is very sensitive to changes in column permeability and to change in solvent viscosity. This makes them unsuitable for gradient elution work where the mobile phase viscosity may vary considerably. Unless some form of automatic flow control is incorporated into the system. So these are the some drawbacks of this type of pneumatic pump, which are very similar to syringe type pumps, where we cannot apply these pumps in gradient elution chromatography because during experiment we cannot change the composition of our used mobile phase. So this is one disadvantage, and another disadvantage is shown that if viscosity of mobile phase is changed, then the applied pressure, suppose the applied pressure is same by this gas, then if we get any viscosity change by the changing of mobile phase composition, then we cannot get same flow rate. The flow rate inside the column may be changed. Now from this, using this delivery system or using these pumps, these mobile phases or solvents will be moved towards the sample injection system with a high pressure. So now this is the description of sample injection system or sample introduction device. The sample introduction device, also known as a sample injector, where we inject our liquid samples or sample solutions using syringes. It is used to introduce the sample in liquid state into the HPLC system without depressurizing it. Means during sample injection, the pressure inside the column or pressure inside this plumbing system of HPLC instrument does not change during this sample injection process. The most widely used method of sample injection is based on a sample loop that can be placed in and out of the mobile phase flow path. So in this mobile phase flow path or in this plumbing system, a sample injection system is placed like that. It cannot disturb the flow rate or the pressure of the mobile phase inside the column. So here a sample loop will be used in this sample injection system. In this sample loop we introduce or inject our actual sample. Okay, now the detailed description of this sample injection system and also columns I will discuss in next lecture. Thank you for listening the lecture.